Hey, Maggie.
Oh, what?
Hey, Maggie.
Hi.
Hey.
What is this? I don't like it. Normally you talk to, I don't see, now I feel what the guest feels when we just suddenly attack them.
Hey, Jake.
Hi.
What?
Hi. Am I here?
No.
Yeah, you're here.
Okay.
Hey.
Great.
Hey. Hey.
I just wanted to make sure I was here.
What a startling beginning. I feel like anything could happen.
Oh,
So many beginnings are often startling.
hey, Jake. Why should you be
right.
our roommate?
I am almost never home.
Wow.
I always turn all the lights off before I go to sleep.
Great.
And I have a big board game collection.
He's in. Kyle, right? I mean, he's definitely in, right? Kyle? Hey, Kyle? He's
Hey,
in.
Maggie.
What?
Hey.
Why?
Hey.
What is this?
Hey. Hey, Jake.
What?
Hi.
I don't care for it.
Well,
I like to have the power. I don't like to be put on the spot.
well. Consider the power got.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey.
Did
Hey.
I pass or not?
Oh, yeah.
Put the cake in the oven and I'll read you a book on the shelf.
Water the plants that need it, and we'll play a game by ourselves.
Because you know that you can talk to me.
You can talk to me. I know that I can
Skip it up.
talk to
Skip it up.
you.
Get it up. Quick move. Quick move. Everything is going to be alright.
Welcome to Roommate Lovers, a podcast where a couple gives you a couple pieces of advice. He is Kyle, and he's 60% water.
She's Maggie, and she's 40% tough stuff.
Did you have that prepared?
Yeah.
You wrote down a percentage.
I wrote 40% tough stuff.
You wrote that after I said the scientific fact about how every human, including yourself, is made of 60% water.
Yep, I wrote that. I planned that.
Do you know what's funny is I feel like now I can't understand the second line of the theme song. Like,
What
I
are you
know,
talking
it's
about?
like always knew what you were saying, but now that so many people are like, what is Kyle saying? He says,
I'll read
on shelf. I can't.
What could it possibly be besides read you a book
It's like
on the shelf?
I hear like you, like
You know what?
regarding
I'm
you.
honored. I'm not taking it as an
you.
insult. You know who else you can understand? Eddie Vedder, Kurt Cobain, other cool people. Okay.
Ring you,
Yes.
ring you
Ring you a
blunganga.
blunganga.
Ring you a blunganga
shelf.
shelf.
Ring
What's
you a blunganga shelf.
Is that something from IKEA?
Yeah, it's,
I have to put it
it
together
says-
myself.
I have to put it together myself.
We got to really string this along, Kyle. I've only got 43 minutes until I got to be on Spotify listening to Tortured Poets Department.
Okay.
It's released as of the recording. It's going
As
to be
the
released
crow
in
flies.
1 hour's time.
Yeah.
So can we just like get through Jake,
Yeah,
get through this,
let's-
get through this
let's
all? Like
get through the
I don't have
podcast.
time. I don't have time. My girl has.
I
a new
want to
album
tell you
dropping.
about what I pulled out of the sink. Our sink
I'm sorry
was a little
that
clogged.
what you couldn't hear was my jaw dropped.
Our sink was a little clogged, and I'm going out of town for the next couple of days.
Did you
and I
unclog
was
the
like,
sink
oh,
for
I,
me?
I know I'll be a proper roommate lover, and I'll unclog the sink. It was like going down slow, right?
I'm so honored.
And it was the last couple of days, and I was like, okay, I'll try to do this. So I took a snake thing. You
No.
would not
I
have been
don't,
able to handle it.
I can't
You-
even.
you
This is
would
worse.
not.
You know what this is? What you're doing is like when in like
This
a
is when
horror
Tarantino
movie.
turns the camera away instead of showing
Exactly.
the violence.
It's
Yes.
exactly what it's like. The sound of like.
Yep, it's like
of like a
Reservoir Dogs. You
monster.
don't show the shot. Yeah.
No, that's what you're doing to me right now.
Yeah.
But I also don't want you to describe it.
I won't describe it, but let me just say, whatever you're picturing, 3 times worse.
I'm sorry, listener. I'm
3.5
sorry that this
maybe.
is happening to you because it's happening to me.
It
and
was
it's
gross.
my hair probably
It
that's
was
down
gross.
there.
And I wasn't going to talk about it, but honestly, my mind went blank, and
okay.
that was all I had.
So we're gonna do this. You're gonna drag me
No,
through the
that's
mud.
that's all I have.
That's it. Oh,
That's
great!
it.
I can give it to my department.
You could.
I got an appointment at the Tortured Poets Department. I got to make it.
Tortured Poets Department.
Yeah.
That sounds. Do
Do you want to know the hot goss after the leak came, which I did not listen to because I have respect
What's
for
the hot
female
goss?
artists? It's not going to be about Joe. It's going to be about Maddie Healy of all people.
I don't know what any of that means.
That's you heard it here first, Kyle. Well, you didn't hear it here
Who's
first.
Joe?
Ugh, God damn it!
Which Joe? Can we get more
God
specific?
Damn it, Kyle!
Which Joe?
You call yourself the
Joe
number one
Keery?
Swiftie, and you don't know that.
I
about-
don't call myself number one.
You
Swiftie.
don't? I thought you called yourself that every morning.
Is it Joe Keery?
No, it's not.
Famed Stranger Things actor turned
And now
musician.
is it Joe? Nay, Joe.
What?
Nay, like born like
Who
Maggie
is it?
Montaigne.
Which
Nay
Joe? Joe DiMaggio?
No, I'd like you to keep guessing Joe's. You don't
Joe
know this one.
Pesci.
No, she didn't date
Joe, the dog I had when I was a kid that got
JoJo.
JoJo of Casey and
sorry.
JoJo.
Kyle, I'm sorry. No, it's Joe Alwyn, the actor. He's British. She was with him for 6 years. But
don't
if
know who
the
that is.
leak is to be believed and the headlines are to be believed, this is not about Joe.
Well, you know what I was leaked earlier today? That this was a friggin' awesome podcast.
It is.
I
It
love our
is.
roommate so much.
Now, this is our first repeat guest because we knew, hey, folks,
Yeah.
we need a good one for you.
we need a good one. We need to come out
We
swinging
need to come
hard
out swinging, and we know
for Joe Keery.
we know,
Swing for Joe.
swing
we
for
said.
Joe. That's what we told Jake. We said
said
we need you to
swing
swing
for
for
Joe.
Joe.
Do it for Joe.
Do it for D Joe.
Do it for D Joe.
I'm still a little mad that Joe Keery's name is just Joe and
Yeah.
not D Joe.
Guys, if you're not listening to
Joe?
Joe's music, it's great.
Come on.
It's great. It's Joe Keery.
Yeah.
You got to watch Hot Ones with Conan. I
I
wanted to
haven't
talk
watched it
about it,
yet.
in
I
this
know.
intro, and
Yeah.
you haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it yet.
Because if you haven't watched Hot Ones, I feel
know.
like there's gonna be like before Conan O'Brien did Hot Ones
and after. Oh my God.
That's how
Okay.
that's how I feel very strongly about it.
Okay.
I was
gotta
like,
watch it. And
physically reacting.
I did. I will.
Here's what I'll say.
A little.
Go
okay.
on, you go.
No, you
here's
go.
what I'll say.
No, here's what I'll say.
The lady doth protest too much.
Please stop.
You got it.
Cracked ourselves up.
What are you gonna say?
I haven't seen Hot Ones. I did have a little Hollywood moment, and I saw Conan
Oh yes.
at a Conan
Maggie
event.
did get to go to a
Post
Conan
Hot
screening.
Ones. I got a Conan screening. He was there.
One of us did not
It may
get
or
to
may not have
go.
also been like a birthday thing, and then I sang happy
Conan's
birthday to Conan.
birthday.
Ate Conan's birthday cake. Doesn't
Maggie
matter.
did get to go see Conan, and she
matter.
got to meet Jordan
Schlansky. Doesn't matter. That's not what we're talking about. What I'm talking about is he was wearing the same jacket that he was wearing in Hot
yes,
Ones.
Yes.
And Nick Offerman, you know Nick.
You know Nick.
He was there too, and he was talking to Conan. He was interviewing him, and
interviewing
he said,
him
he's like, "You're wearing your same jacket from Hot
from
Ones.
Hot Ones.
Did you? I assume you washed it." And I haven't seen this, so I'm not sure exactly what happened. But my
Oh.
understanding is that a bunch of wings
Some wings may
went
have been in
into
the pockets. Yes.
And Conan said, and I'm like, sure, I know his comedy. He's serious. He's like, I did not wash these. I did not
That
wash
tracks.
this jacket.
I
and
believe
he
him.
puts his hands into the pockets. He's like, yeah, they're a little bit sticky in there.
Yep.
That was gross.
Yep.
That was a cool
Classic
fun.
Co-Zone.
Classic
Cone Zone.
Classic Cone Zone.
Classic Cone Zone.
Yeah.
But it's just like the way Conan approached and handled this show
Oh my God.
is perfect.
Great.
I just feel like there was what's that podcast? This is not interesting. I don't know why.
The
I feel
Daily.
like, not the Daily, but it's like
not the Daily. It's like the Daily.
It's like the Daily.
Oh.
Pop Culture Happy Hour.
Oh.
You know, it's like it's an.
Thanks for
NPR
letting me do a
podcast,
bit.
right?
No, I liked that you just went right to it. Thanks for letting me play in the
They
space.
did a whole sec.
You know, it's fine.
All right, go to play in the space.
No, I
Maggie.
don't want to play in this space. The space
I don't
is
want
too
to play in the
small for
space.
me.
Almost what we call this podcast. Okay, listen. Conan's approach to the Hot Ones is just
It's great.
it's amazing. I just the amount of effort and preparation
Yeah.
but also like just looseness with it. It's just perfect. It's
Damn
the
it.
perfect blend. Just like our
God.
roommate this week, the
Yes.
perfect blend of a specimen of a man.
I've said that to his face, and he gets uncomfortable, but
I
that's-
agree.
It's true.
I love Jake so much, and I don't think he knows. And
Yeah.
I would never.
And I would
say
never tell him.
This
I would
emphatically
never
to
tell him.
but I do. He's
Yeah.
hilarious.
I'll never tell him.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
Amazing roommate.
It's a
this
delight.
week. You might know his podcast, Give Me That D.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. It's currently on a break, and it's going to be coming back
It's
soon.
coming back bigger than
we
ever.
got some hot goss.
Yeah.
But yeah, please help us in welcoming this week's roommate.
Jake Farrington. Come in.
I really didn't think it'd be that big of a deal for me
I
to say
loved
hey
it.
to Maggie.
It scared me.
Yeah.
It scared me to my very core. I mean, I'm not kidding. I had a physical reaction of like,
Yeah.
butthole clenched all the way in.
I'm wearing way too many layers, but at this point, I've committed.
Looks good.
You're already on camera. The
Yeah.
continuity.
Continuity
Yeah.
errors.
Oh, no, you'll
Oh
never
my
be able
God.
to edit around it if you
No.
take that jacket off.
But also, it's just like once you wear too many layers and you start to sweat, then I feel like I'm just baked into it. You know, and I'm like,
yeah.
I could take the layers off, but then I just feel like the sweat's gonna be more.
Oh
evident.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then people are having the like molecules just out Like, it's
The
just like,
molecules are out.
yeah, the sweat
The,
molecule.
the stench bars are.
Yeah.
It makes the wet layer visible when you
Mhm.
take off the top layer.
Ooh.
They can
Yes.
really see what's going on under
They
there.
can
Are
really
you?
see it.
Do you pit out? Hey, Jake, do you pit out?
Jake.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, big
In Southern
time.
California.
Yeah.
Pit out.
I'm pitting out.
Pitting out. Pitting out. That's good.
I feel like I don't like have the wet. I just have the stink.
Oh, I got both, double whammy.
Oh man!
Yeah, but
Dang.
in some circles, that's an attractive quality.
Yeah.
Okay.
In some
You know?
cultures, that
Yeah,
means
yeah,
that
yeah.
you're the leader.
I've kind of always thought that I'm a pretty healthy guy, so I've always
Sure.
thought, hey,
Yeah, just 50% cookies.
if I
Pretty healthy.
and I'm working on more. I
Uh-oh.
always thought if I sweat, maybe it smells like, hey, that's a healthy guy. Is that crazy?
Is that musk?
It could be. I don't want to get too into it, but
Okay.
you know,
We're there, Jake.
Yeah, we're here.
I don't want to
Hate
get too
tell
into
you.
it. Almost what we call this podcast.
I will say I've gotten good feedback about the way I smell from certain people, so it's
Okay.
possible. It's
Okay.
possible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow.
Nothing's out of the realm
During
of
the break,
possibility.
I'll lift up my shirt. You can,
Yeah,
And we'll
you
get
can
some
tell
feedback.
me.
We'll get some
give me
feedback. Yeah.
Just platonic, nothing more.
Yeah, a
just
platonic
platonic
sniff.
sniff.
A platonic sniff.
That's what we got to call the episode. A platonic.
We got there
sniff.
immediately.
We got there
And that's
fast.
the energy that Jake brings. We knew,
Oh,
Jake,
stop.
you're our first repeat guest.
Yeah.
I'm honored.
Like, you're our first and we knew
Since we started doing the
since
roommate.
we started doing our roommates.
No,
we
I mean,
knew that we knew
Yeah.
that it would be
10
a
out
good
of 10.
episode.
Pancakes or waffles, Jake?
I gotta go pancakes. I feel like waffle is the cooler answer.
Yeah, it is.
But I have to be truthful to who I am. If I had the choice, I would
You
go
think
pancakes.
waffles the cooler answer?
I do.
I think they're. I mean, look at me.
Really?
I would pick waffles and look at me.
Yeah.
I would never in 100 years say waffles the cool answer.
No, 'cause
waffles,
waffles-
the answer
no.
that you have like a little device to make it. That's not exciting.
How is that not exciting?
because
How
it's
is
a little device.
Yeah,
A
pancakes is
pancake-
like a lazy man's waffle.
Yeah.
No, a pancake's work waffle.
Oh, interesting.
A pancake is work waffle.
Now you think
Work
that
waffle.
you think that a waffle doesn't take work?
it takes
then
a
why
lot
don't you ever
less.
make 'em?
They have the little shape. I don't make them because you can buy them frozen. They're just as good.
They are. That's true. They're delicious.
I just think there's more going on in a waffle than there is a pancake. Like a pancake is inherently more basic.
Yeah.
What are you
Where
talking about? Blueberry pancakes? Chocolate chip pancakes?
Well,
Kong pancakes?
that's not the question I was asked.
No,
I
it's
was
not.
simply asked
No, you're right.
pancakes, waffles.
Shoot the messenger. I get it.
Yeah.
That's what
Kyle-
they say. Always shoot the messenger.
Always
Always
shoot the
shoot the
messenger.
We're learning a lot so far. We're like 3 minutes in and I've learned so much.
Okay, let's get to a question.
Now let's hit the questions
okay.
hard.
What nonverbal cues can I give my colleague that I'm DTF? I can't tell him out. I can't. Let me start that
Well said.
again. I can't tell him or outright indicate to him that I'm DTF because we are in a professional position and I don't know how he feels, but I can't stop thinking about fucking him. How can I give very subtle nonverbal cues over time that I want him without it being obvious enough to make him uncomfortable if he's not into it? We have a vibe that really clicks, so I'll be able to tell if he's receptive of the cues or not. And will quickly give it up if he doesn't seem to pick up on the hints or reciprocate.
Wow. This person's like a live wire that can tell.
They can tell.
Wow.
Yeah. Let me try something. Hey.
Hey.
Ooh, wow, that was palpable.
Yeah. I'm getting, I think it's reciprocated.
Yeah, sorry, Jake.
Sorry, Jake.
Titillating.
Turn
yeah.
your headphone volume
Turn your headphones.
off. We're about to
Yeah.
get fruity.
Yeah.
Jake.
This is getting perverse.
Oh, wow.
Oh God.
So lovely to have.
So lovely
man.
to have a man. Wow.
Okay,
well
now we're
put.
bragging.
Yeah.
Now we're bragging. And we're just repeating our vows.
Yeah.
Our
So
wedding
lovely.
vows. So lovely to have a man.
I do.
I do.
I do.
I think
I do.
Eyebrow raises is what I would go with.
Oh.
Like just like a hey, you getting lunch? Yeah, I'm getting lunch.
Okay, that's the horniest thing I've ever seen.
I mean, that's pretty good.
I don't know. Would you go for that? Try it at me. Let's try it.
Hey Denise, are you gonna be turning in those quarterly reports at noon? Whoa.
There's no.
Did you see that? I felt like all she did
There
was
was
raise her eyebrows. And
No, I was
felt
waiting
that.
for you to raise your
No,
eyebrows.
but you raised it back at me. And I felt
but that was a judgmental. We do not. We are not.
That was
on
a
the same.
judgmental raise?
Yeah, I was like, are you not going to
Hang
do
on,
the
move
thing?
the mic and do the same thing.
Okay, I was like this.
Yeah, I can see it now. I can see it now. You know, when I was just looking at the eyebrows, it was enough, but the mic sort of blocked.
I think you have an eyebrow
Yeah.
thing.
I have
think
an
that's what it
eyebrow
is.
thing.
I mean, eyebrows are effective.
Yeah.
I think eye contact is the most direct way.
Oh, yeah.
And like really looking in someone's eyes
Yeah.
and letting
Yeah.
it linger like
Yeah.
a second too long.
Yeah.
And if they keep that eye contact as well, then you
Yeah.
know it's on.
It's on.
You know?
There was like a.
I'm so self-conscious
and-
looking at you.
I know.
Like, how long am I looking?
Oh my God, Kyle.
Kyle,
Quit coming
stop.
on to me.
How long do I
Literally,
look?
I am right here.
My wife is right here.
Oh my god! I don't blame him for a second though.
I wouldn't blame me either. No.
And I'm sorry to sound like such an incredible intelligent scientist right now.
Go ahead. Brooks.
But I once saw an article about a study
Okay.
that
Wow,
did
geez,
say
very
that.
astute.
Thank you. Yeah. Well,
Jeez.
that did say that the way to fall in love with someone was to just have prolonged eye contact with them. Like they did studies where they would like have people just look in each other's eyes for long times.
Yeah.
And they would like fall in love.
That makes sense. Me
Isn't
and
that
Maggie
wild?
did do that mirroring exercise in improv
Yeah.
for like 30 minutes.
I know.
And after that,
You
it
were
was
my
just
partner.
like, wow, yeah.
And it was like,
Well,
wow.
this is why so many improv teams are so incestuous.
100%.
They all fall in love with each
Yeah,
other
I know.
because of these
the worst is when you're in
exercises.
love with someone and then you do a mirroring exercise and your partner's not there if you do it with someone else.
yeah.
And now we have a
That's
triangle.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
now we have a
triangles are
triangle.
pointy.
Yeah.
I do
Wise
think there's
words.
something to that improv team thing. I think there is because you're putting yourself. Hi, hey, this is Kyle here. I'm getting real here. Getting
Okay.
real talk,
Okay.
Kai talk. I think there is some, like when you're doing improv, people like you're out there on the stage. It's like
Yeah.
it's like the Wild West. It's like Jurassic Park, you know. And you're a little nervous. You're a little scared, probably. You go out there. You got your comrades, and I feel like there is something you
Your
bond.
babies.
Yeah, your
more
babies.
likely to be incestuous.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Although
How
incestuous
many
seems
people
like the
did
wrong
you
term.
did you go ahead and do in your improv
Well,
teams based
Just
on
because
this?
I'm
Oh, there's an
I might not have
asshole
been very
fly in here.
successful at it, but I. What are you talking
There's a
about?
fly
There's a
right
fly.
behind you,
Oh.
and he's being
Huge.
a dick.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
Jake!
the size of a cat.
Jake, meow!
Cat
Purr!
fly.
Get
Cat
out of
fly.
here!
Okay. Well, we'll just abandon whatever I was saying. That's
Anyway.
fine.
No.
No, Kyle, we want to know all the
No,
ladies.
I don't have anything
You
to say.
banged so many
I
people
Banged a
did.
in
lot.
your
We got it.
improv
We
team.
got it. We got it.
No, besides you, I think I went out with one or two other improv
Whoa,
members.
whoa! Don't need to compare
So
numbers
you-
with me. That's high.
You optically banged a lot of people.
Yeah, I would say I'm an optical banger. Yeah.
Okay.
An optical banger. That's what Picasso made, right? Optical
yeah.
bangers.
Yeah. Picasso's optical bangers. We got a lot of potential titles here. How good are frogs at finding water? Let me set the scene.
Okay.
I'm in the kitchen, cooking dinner, when I hear one of my kids call that the other child has spilled his cup. I look for my mop. It's important to know
Look
that there
for
was
my mop.
already clean water in the bucket, but it's important to me that you know that I'm not gross and I don't ordinarily do this. I had been interrupted yesterday after filling the bucket before putting soap in. The bucket sat for 24 hours full of clean water.
Sus,
Anyway.
but okay.
Anyway, I get the bucket and mop sitting beside it, and I start cleaning up the spilled cup. I go to wring out the mop into the bucket when I notice something in the water. At first, I think it's a kid's toy, but then it moves. I realized there was a frog, not a little one, but a fat, fist-sized frog
There's a
in the
frog
mop bucket.
in your house?
In the
your
mop bucket.
bucket?
My kids couldn't pull off a prank like this. They'd have been giggling uncontrollably. My husband has denied any involvement. I can't move on with my life until I know that if that frog could plausibly have gotten into my house and known if it would know to jump in the bucket of water. Please help me.
Okay, now I don't know
Whoa.
what to tell you. If you make a tiny pond, what do you expect is going to happen?
Yeah.
What do you expect is going to happen? You've created a tiny ecosystem in your home. Nature is going to nature. I believe it was the famous Jeff Goldblum who said, life finds a way.
Yeah.
Very true.
You made a tiny pond. A frog's going to come to it right away, right? I mean, we're all frog scientists here.
Of course.
Yeah.
We all have degree in frog studies.
Uh-huh.
I have actually like more questions for the writer.
Okay.
You know, like they seem really concerned about our perception of them.
Yeah, they do.
And like going too hard trying to set the scene. Like
Yeah.
I would never do
I
something
wouldn't.
like this.
I couldn't possibly
I would
leave.
never.
I want you to know.
But
And my kids could never pull
They
off a
could
prank. They're
never.
not even funny.
they're not,
They're not even funny.
They can't
My
commit to the bit.
My husband, basically a bum. He
Yeah,
couldn't hold a
Lazy.
frog if a frog hopped into his hand.
And then my other question is like, are you just leaving the doors open? How did it get
Yeah,
inside?
that's
Yeah.
the big one, right? That's the
Yeah.
big one. And that's what I think her question is she's like, my home is airtight, perfectly clean. I just need to know how this frog got in here. Has the frog been in there the whole time? Has the frog been doing a parasite? Maybe there's a frog family.
The
Yes.
frog is coming from inside the house.
Oh, ribbit.
Have you guys heard? I was telling Maggie about this. Have you heard I was watching this TikTok about how there's so many fake podcasts out there.
Oh my God. Have you seen
there's,
this?
There's like clips of staged podcasts.
Yeah.
Like in order to just get views. Like it's not a real podcast, but it looks like a real podcast.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
As a fellow podcaster, it's
Yes.
sick to
It
me.
makes me sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
And that's why you should buy books.
Books.
That's what we're selling here. On
not
our
just for
podcast.
nerds anymore.
Not just for nerds anymore. Books.
Finally,
No,
cool books.
yeah. Finally, books get
Books get back.
the due. Books get back.
Back to.
No, it is crazy. Books get back to. I do feel like there's something about seeing people on a mic, right?
Yeah.
Like seeing people on a mic with headphones being like, oh, that's if they've been asked to be on a podcast or if they have their shit together enough to have a podcast and it looks like that,
Yeah.
then like they must be smart.
That's what
you
I'm
know?
counting on.
That's
Yeah.
what we're all counting on.
Yeah, all the TikToks in my algo are
Yes.
basically straight up just people doing a
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Do you
We
watch
think.
any podcasts, Jake? Do you like watch
Yeah, are you
them?
a pod watcher?
I'm pretty much strictly audio.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Me
Yeah,
too.
but I respect the people who throw it on for the visual
Yeah.
element. Like, I like that those people exist. They're
Oh,
out
yeah.
there. For me,
I like that they exist too.
Yeah,
I like that they exist.
Yeah, I like that they exist.
I like that they exist.
I like to be doing other things while I'm listening to podcasts.
Me too. I'm driving.
Name one of them.
Cooking breakfast,
Hmm.
doing dishes.
Mm.
Well, that's two.
Sorry,
Don't say anymore.
I won't. I could go
I don't,
on.
I don't want.
Please,
I don't
chill.
want that. I don't want
Chill.
that. Not
Chill,
even.
chill,
not even a
chill.
little bit.
Not even a little
Like
bit.
any moment where I could be left alone with my own thoughts, I want to avoid that.
Yeah, that's
So we're
fair.
gonna put on
Yeah,
someone else
yeah,
talking to be
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
fine.
Fill
I'm
my
fine.
head with other
I'm
thoughts.
We laugh.
Yeah,
But
we have to.
is
We
the
laugh.
frog attracted
sorry.
to water? I think that's the
Right.
question.
I'm gonna say yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and like, does the frog know the water is there? Because that's the thing. A frog can get into the house, but how does it know the water's there?
Yeah.
I think. I don't know that they're necessarily related. I don't think the frog entered the home like, there's a bucket of water in here I want to get in. I think maybe the frog found its way inside and then while kind of looking around was like, I sense water around maybe, or
Yeah.
I don't know. They must be able to sense it.
I think that
in
their
some way.
skin
Okay.
like sucks water in.
Yeah.
Like that's like amphibian skin. They suck it in.
Okay.
And so they're out in a dry area and they're like, there's no water here, but there's a little bit
Of
going
moisture in the air. Yeah.
like a Dementor, like sucking out the soul.
Exactly.
There's like the mop bucket is like
Okay.
I
getting
read about
sucked.
this in zoo books as a kid.
Yes, this is the Dementor's kiss of frog.
All right, now say this again, but say it's a real podcast to the camera, just
This
in
is
case
a
we use this as a
real
clip.
podcast.
Say what you just said again, but say real podcast
It's
after
like
you say it.
It's like a Dementor's kiss, but of amphibians. This podcast is real.
Real podcast.
Real.
podcast.
Real podcast. I just think we have to say that now in case
Yeah.
we use the clip.
Okay, real podcast.
Yeah, I just end
Hashtag real
if it's a
podcast.
good thing you're saying, end it with real podcast.
Hey Jake, how's your thread count? Here, staying with us.
Staying
Is it
with
too
us.
high? Is it too low? Like
Too high, too low.
Too high.
It's too high. Okay,
Too
I'm
high.
gonna go in there and I'm gonna take some of those threads out. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry.
Too comfortable.
Okay. Whew,
It's too
God.
soft.
Thank God. Okay.
So soft. But you know what? You know what's
Oh.
not soft is this hard trivia.
I don't know. Ooh, it's hard.
It's hard. Well, I don't think it's that
Oh.
hard. No, but I just needed a transition.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
And so I said that.
Yeah. A little segue. Real podcast.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can frog it to the water.
You
I don't know.
you can let a frog in your house, but you can't lead it to the bucket.
If you can lead a horse to water, but you'll never need to lead a frog to water, they'll find it on their own.
Great.
Who can fuck the cow if you can get
Real
the milk?
podcast.
Real podcast.
Okay.
Cows fucking a cow?
What? No, no one heard that.
Do you
No
meet them
one-
in an improv class?
I met improv class, and we mirrored each other. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a good time.
Yeah.
But it sort of fizzled, and eventually I had to move on. Okay. Anyways, so
just
we're
not.
talking about trilogies.
I'm just not.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, was that
Oh.
one a little too spotty? Sorry, I'm milking this joke. Okay,
Kyle!
so
Kyle!
we are talking about trilogies again. This real podcast.
Real podcast.
We're talking. That's a great clip.
yeah, you'll want that. Get that out
I
there
fucked
for
a cow.
sure.
We're talking about trilogies. Real podcast.
Real podcast.
Oh, this one's real? Yeah, I don't need you to tell me that. Based on the way that your mind just went, I'm pretty sure this is a real podcast.
Okay, real podcast. Okay, so we're talking about trilogies again.
Yes.
And while this one has more than 3 entries, it's hard to find things with just 3 entries nowadays.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Well, they do turn
Especially
everything.
things I know.
Yeah. Sometimes a trilogy was a trilogy, and then they make it longer.
That's what this
Okay.
was. It
Yeah.
was a
Now,
trilogy.
have you ever read Aragon? Those
oh
books?
my goodness! Did
No,
I cut
I
this out
didn't.
from last week? I hope I did.
It doesn't matter.
I didn't. I owned it, but I never
Okay.
ended up reading
It
it.
doesn't matter. I'm a big fan. I would
Okay.
recommend it. I loved that book as a
And
kid.
now we're just talking about it.
But now, so it's a story of a young boy.
Yeah.
Discovers a dragon egg. No, basically, like in the back flap, it'll be like Christopher Paolini wrote this book, blah, 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 blah.
19 years old, right?
19 years old, he wrote this book.
Dang.
He's currently finishing the other books in the Inheritance trilogy. But there was too many books and it is no longer a trilogy. So it's like a special thing to have the Aragon books that say trilogy because it's now the Inheritance Cycle Real Podcast.
Cycle Real
Yeah.
Podcast.
I think everything should have to be a trilogy.
Everything.
And
Mean
if you want-
Girls.
Yeah.
And if you want to do a fourth,
The
one,
Bible.
Bible.
if you want to do a fourth one, you have
Where's
to
book
commit.
3 of the Bible? That's what I want to know.
You have to commit to a second trilogy if you want to do a fourth one.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
A
so
real Star Wars.
yeah, well, Star Wars has
Star
three
Wars
trilogies.
is 3
That's
trilogies.
nice.
Right now.
Okay. Anyways, so Super Smash Bros.
Oh.
okay.
Was released in North America on April 26, 1999.
Good.
That's
Wow.
this week.
Oh.
Okay.
1999 this week.
It's
This week.
1999 this week is the part I was saying. Yes, Jake.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I like that. I prefer that.
The
Back to the
starting
good old
lineup
days.
for this N64 release was just 8 characters: Mario, DK, Link, Samus, Yoshi, Kirby, Fox, and Pikachu. So, I just wanted to say that. It doesn't really relate to the trivia.
I knew it.
Okay.
He
Four.
does this with the Nintendo ones. He'll be like, "Well, the Nintendo SNES
I'm painting a
is-
picture.
It's not painting a picture. You're throwing.
You have
you're throwing,
to put the sky in the background.
Oh,
Anyways,
that's a beautiful sentence, but I hate that it got wasted
yeah.
on this.
I hate that it got wasted. Almost what we call this podcast. Okay, so for the release of this game, they had a TV commercial where they had like big mascot-esque type versions of the characters frolicking around happily in a field to the
Yeah.
tune of
Yeah.
So Happy Together.
Yeah.
Right? Famous commercial.
I've seen this
It was a great
commercial.
commercial for
Yeah.
announcing the release of the game. So, but then one trips another and all heck breaks loose.
Oh no.
So my question to you all
Who?
is which character trips which other character? Is it Mario tripping Yoshi? DK tripping Pikachu? Pikachu tripping DK? Or Yoshi tripping Mario? We're going to find out after this break!
Real podcast.
He's really into
Real
it. Look at
podcast.
him.
We will be right back.
This episode is brought to you by ghosts, just like people, but a little bit different. Ghosts.
Whoa! Man, sorry guys. I'm a freaking cloud and I just blew all the wind I had right out of me. And guess what? Now I gotta sleep for 24 to 25 hours and it's gonna be a snooze fest because I got all the wind out of me. And once that happens, I don't know if you're like a cloud expert, but I sort of am. You gotta sleep for at least 1 day to 25 hours. It's a common theme that we do. But you know what? Don't worry. We'll be back real soon. We'll be blowing your little brains out because if there's one thing I love, it's sweat. I got great energy today,
That was
guys.
great. Yeah, you do.
That was really
Jeez,
good.
I got a great energy,
I'll
guys.
tell you what I
It must
got
be this green tea.
I got
Ooh.
the lavender oat chill from Starbucks. Have you had this yet?
No.
It is.
Tell me about it.
Okay, I'll tell you about it. You know soap?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if it had oat milk in it when you were
Every time
drinking
you
it.
wash your hands, don't you wish you could
Don't
drink
you wish you could
the
drink
soap?
it? Don't you wish you could?
I did offer to
It's
get
like
Jake a Starbucks, my treat.
Oh,
He refused.
Well, I've already had a lot of coffee today.
No, I don't need your excuse. You're honestly like one of the best guests to have
Yeah.
because you're the best.
Stop.
No, it's true.
It's true.
No,
It's
I'll
true.
do it anytime. I'll do
Yes.
it anytime.
Well, we're
Wish.
doing it right now
And tomorrow and the day after.
great.
and the day after tomorrow. So one thing I wanted to say,
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
Kyle.
if you haven't watched it yet, Maggie is on Abbott Elementary. You can watch it on Hulu now.
What?
Yes.
It was
It
on
is
ABC.
Available on Hulu, folks.
Now it's on Hulu.
They didn't cut me out.
They didn't cut Maggie out. We were very nervous that she'd get cut. You crushed it. So check out Abbott Elementary.
One line, baby, and I'm already just really too big for my
it's
britches.
one
She's
line.
changed.
They
That's
cut to you a
changed.
couple times.
You're right. You're right, Kyle.
You got some-
it's
you got
more
some-
of
you got
of
some
an
screen
act.
time.
I have sort of act
She's
one.
more like an actor.
Yeah. I'm sort
Maggie
of like,
wouldn't even look me in the eye when I
Yeah.
arrived here today.
I still won't. I told him specifically, stop. Don't.
The episode is called 2 Ava 2 Fest.
Yeah.
Check it out on Hulu. I also wanted to plug Devin, previous roommate. She's a writer for Entertainment Weekly,
Oh,
and
yeah.
she has the EW cover story this past week
Oh, yeah.
about Doctor Who.
It's great.
and I read that
Cool.
article. So good. So
Yep.
excited for Doctor Who
Yes.
coming back. It's gonna be on Disney
And
Plus to
enough
watch.
about Doctor Who.
Ooh.
Let's talk about me. Yeah, it was an incredible experience.
Yes,
No,
Maggie.
I actually do want to say one thing not about me, but we had a little
I'm
viewing
listening.
party, and Kyle cooked everybody school lunches, and
Yeah.
it was adorable.
I saw
It was
the
really
pictures of the
cute.
little trays.
Yeah,
Yes.
little
That was
trays.
so cute.
It was super
I got
cute.
like little school lunch trays. And Maggie, I have to ask, are you going to use that school lunch tray?
Every day forever, yeah.
Because that felt like the type of thing
Yeah.
you would want to use.
Honestly, it's like a bento box, but without the box.
Yeah.
You just
Get
have
the box out of there.
I don't want that covered up. I want to see it.
And so I wasn't going to talk about this, but I did write it down in my little field notes.
Look at that.
Real podcast. And here's a review on Amazon for this tray because I knew you'd love this tray. And the review is, "Kid loves it. I'm not sure why my daughter wants to recreate her school lunch experience while at home, but she does. She begged me for this tray and loves it. It is used almost daily." So I thought that summarized Maggie pretty well.
Wow. Yeah.
If there's other ways I can recreate my school experience, I would also love that. Grades, ways to just do extra credit, anything. I would love that. Things were simpler back then.
Yeah, getting in trouble for talking all the time.
Yeah, I did. That happened to me.
Yeah,
That was you.
yeah,
that
yeah.
did
Oh,
happen to
yeah.
me. Yeah.
Amazing.
I just felt like I should be able to talk.
Yeah. I don't.
I
You
have
should.
things to say.
You should,
I don't
Jake.
care about this.
All for that.
chemistry.
And I'm all for getting back to this trivia.
Oh, yeah.
So who tripped who? Was it
Oh,
Mario
man.
tripping Yoshi, DK tripping Pikachu, Pikachu tripping DK, Yoshi tripping Mario?
It can't be Yoshi. Yoshi wouldn't trip someone.
No, I feel like Pikachu was a part of it.
Okay.
I think, but maybe it's just because that's the mascot I can picture the most clearly.
No, I'm deferring to you on this. I think you need to go with your gut. I think it would be DK. Or what was the third one, Kyle?
Pikachu tripping DK.
Pikachu. So, okay, we think DK's involved. DK.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say Pikachu trips DK because DK would get angry.
Yeah.
Right?
And Pikachu is low to the ground already, you know?
Yeah. Thanks for giving us that clue. That really makes me think it's not that. Based
I'm
on
suspicious.
how excited you were
You're like,
to
yeah,
chime in.
No, I'm just helping
Yeah,
paint the
look at
picture.
going. It
You guys
sounds
have the
right.
paints and I'm just doing the edges.
I just think okay.
Say any one of them and I'll give you a reason they could do it.
Okay, Kyle, why would Yoshi trip someone?
He's tired of being the mute one. You know, he just wants to shine more.
Yeah.
He's like, ride me around one more time.
Yeah, ride
I
me
dare
one more
you.
fucking time.
I want to egg.
Hit my head and make my tongue pop out one more
One
time,
more
bitch.
fucking time.
I want you to.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
it. Give me a reason.
I like it. I like it.
Okay, now I've come around. Now I think it's Yoshi. Yoshi has the rage. All right, what do we think? What do we think, Jake?
If I were making the commercial,
Yeah.
I would make Pikachu trip DK because I think that is comical. You think of DK as more of the tough character.
Tough guy.
Seeing like the what could be perceived as the more weak character do that is comical
Yeah.
to little children.
Yeah. Pikachu.
And is also marrying different franchises. You know, Mario and Yoshi
they're in
belong
the same.
together.
You're right.
And the whole point of these games is that you're seeing all these characters interact.
Fighting.
So I'm coming at it from a marketing perspective.
Wow. Holy shit. I mean, that answer was so. I can't even possibly choose a different thing than that. I'm with Jake. That's what I choose.
Do you have a main for Super Smash?
I go between Zelda and Peach.
I love Zelda. Zelda's
Yeah.
great, and I've always wanted to be really good at Peach, and I never was. Peach is awesome.
Well, what's good about her is you can kind of float around for a really long
Yeah.
time
That's-
and no one can touch you.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to fight as much as you just like stay alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While
Yeah.
everyone kills
That's
each other.
Strategy.
truly the only thing I ever tried to do in Super Smash. Because
Strategy.
I could try and like
Sure.
get good at, but I just button mash. I'm like, I don't know.
I'm too stressed.
Jump,
Yeah.
float.
Get a little more stressed, guys, because you are.
Damn!
Fuck.
Crap it!
It was Mario tripping Yoshi.
But Jake's reasoning.
I know it was
Yeah.
good reasoning, but I think they gave it to the head
Wait,
honcho.
Yoshi did a fight with Mario. That was the last thing I would expect.
Mario tripped Yoshi.
And so then
That's
Yoshi
so messed up.
He tripped Yoshi on purpose.
yeah. 100%. Like
That's
foot goes out.
After everything Yoshi's done for Mario, he trips his ass.
I dare you to. I want you to trip me. I want it.
It's like, I'm going to swallow you and poop you out as an egg.
Okay, you're going to be reborn.
Yeah,
Your mom won't be your mom anymore because I'm going to be your mom.
I'm your mommy
Call
now,
me
Mario.
mommy.
That was after that, right? That
Yes,
happened
that
right
was
after
the scene
Yeah.
right after. So happy together.
I'm your mommy now.
I'm your mommy now. I gotta say, a quick story of something that happened to
Yes,
me.
please share.
That so the eclipse happened. I'm sorry, this will be old news by the time the podcast comes out.
We'll
but
wait till the next eclipse.
We'll
to
wait till the
release
next
this.
one,
Yeah.
2025 or whenever it's coming out. I don't know why I assume it's just happening next year, the yearly
Every
eclipse. I was out in like a populated area, like by a coffee shop.
Ooh, I can picture it.
Yeah,
I'm there.
K&M Coffee in Highland Park, delicious. We love
Okay.
it.
Okay.
I saw Jake there once,
Yeah.
actually.
Was-
I ran into Jake.
Oh,
Wonderful.
randomly?
Yeah.
it was
That's
so
funny.
random. It was incredible.
It was a great moment.
so Jake,
made my
you can
day.
picture this. It
Yeah,
made my day
I'm
as
there.
well. It was incredible.
Okay. Okay. I'm there too.
It was incredible. So I'm there. The eclipse is about to start. I have my glasses. Kyle got me some of the
Yeah.
Griffith Observatory sanctioned eclipse
Yes.
glasses.
Ooh.
Folks,
Yes.
don't look at the sun directly. I put on the glasses. I'm looking at the sun like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah.
A person walks by, and she's like, oh, is the eclipse starting? And I'm like, yeah. Do you want to see? And I'm like, she's like, yeah, of course. I hand her the glasses, and she's holding like a brand new cup of cold brew coffee.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
And she
Oh,
goes
no.
and she puts the glasses on and she pours her coffee over herself
the coffee up as she lifts the glass.
as she lifts her glasses up.
No.
And she's like, oh, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, oh, it's fine. And my response was, because I felt so awkward, my response was, don't worry, it happens all the time.
Don't worry, it happens all the time.
Don't worry, this happens all
People
the time.
are always trying to use special glasses to look at the eclipse every day, and they spill their coffee all over themselves, head to toe.
Yeah. I've done that with my watch, I think, where I tilt to
Yeah,
look at my watch.
yeah.
It's the stupidest
Yeah,
thing
it's
in the
so
world.
stupid. Oh my God.
That's-
I felt so bad. I mean, I think she was mortified.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
Can
sure.
you walk us through what she did after
Yeah.
that happened?
I mean, she looked obviously at the eclipse. So I was like, oh, no, don't worry. Here, I'll take that. And I held her coffee
That's
for her.
nice.
And I
That's
said, it
nice.
happens all the time.
It
And she's
happens
like,
all the time.
Well, she continued to look at the
Well,
eclipse.
she hadn't looked. Like,
Oh. Yeah.
this was like,
She just
this
poured the
happened
coffee
as
on herself.
She's like, can I look? Dumped it on her head. No, she went to go look. And then, she hadn't seen anything. And then she finally looks at it. We end this as quickly as possible. But she
Yeah.
has to look. Like, she can't be
Yeah.
like, and run
We end
away.
this as quickly as possible. Also, what we almost called the podcast.
Let's end it now. Let's end it here. No, but it was truly just like she looks and it was like, okay, bye. And I just left walking down the street like I'm so sorry. I felt
That's
so
insane. That's
Yeah.
so funny.
I tried to like really be like, it's okay.
Did you laugh?
I promise.
Did you laugh?
I promise. I didn't. I
think
said,
it would have been
"Oh."
hard not to.
Yeah.
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 I swear to God, I was. I think my training from all the years
Yes.
and being in the trenches even with you, Jake,
Yes.
throughout those trenches that we were in.
Yes.
I feel like it trained me to
The
keep that
improv cruise.
the improv cruise to stay straight and be like
Composure.
the funniest thing in the world could happen and I'll just be like it means nothing to me. It happens all the time.
Trust me.
Trust me.
Burbank, California.
You think I'm going to find this funny? Seen it. I've seen someone do this.
I'm not even entertained. Try harder next time.
Try harder, folks.
Like you need to try harder.
Nice try, clown.
Okay, you're not gonna get on the Herald team with that routine. Okay, Look at
Burbank,
me,
California.
straight face.
Concord, California. Stockton, California. Orlando, Florida. Orlando, Florida. Union Gap, Washington State. Oh, sorry, I'm just reading open Sears locations here.
Kyle!
Union Gap, Washington State. Braintree, Massachusetts.
Not
These are Sears that are
Braintree.
still open.
Not Braintree.
Plaza Las Americanas, Puerto Rico.
There's a Sears in
Puerto Rico.
Puerto
Sorry.
Rico.
Hey,
Wow.
hey, Jake, lean into the mic quick.
No.
Lean into the mic.
Yeah.
Lean into the mic quick. Hey,
Hi.
you know Sears is back and bigger than ever.
I don't.
I've been
Do you know
hearing
Sears
that.
is back and
I've
bigger
been
than-
hearing that
No.
exclusively on this podcast from
Oh,
your
that's nice of you to
mouth.
say that you've listened to it.
I have.
Yeah.
You know,
Of
that's
course.
nice. That's nice.
That's very
But
nice.
I
But
haven't
do you know
heard
this-
it anywhere else.
That's
But
see.
We can edit
see?
around that. We can edit
No,
around that.
we can't.
We can
no,
edit
I
around
haven't
won't.
heard it. Real podcast.
Real
Real
podcast.
Real
podcast.
podcast, real podcast, real podcast, real podcast.
Did you have a Sears
A Sears story?
What's your Sears story?
know,
Hashtag trademark.
No.
I I never went there because
Oh.
Okay, all right.
Sears and
Look at this.
JCPenney
You know,
were
you're one
kind
of
of
my
like a
favorite
package
guests.
deal for a while.
Really?
And this is hurting it.
Get over it, Kyle.
Penny is a Sears adjacent.
Honestly, I'm so thirsty to hear about any other store that I will listen to Jake's JCPenney story
Let's
right
hear it.
now.
Let's go.
I
Shoot.
mean,
Shoot. Go.
I used
No,
to
make it good, make it long,
okay.
make it entertaining,
Yeah,
make
this-
it funny,
I
beginning,
filmed
middle,
20 minutes.
end.
I just wanted
shopped
20 minutes for this.
there as a kid in the Husky section, if you remember
Oh.
those days. When there was a Husky
What?
section of the store
I
for
just
Husky
felt
boys.
an icicle stab into my heart. I feel chilled
Yeah.
inside my core at the thought of that.
Yeah, I want to know who decided husky was the word.
It's an
Just a
interesting
little
term.
husky.
Just a little husky.
yeah.
Look, we got extra husk,
Yeah.
like a
yeah.
corn,
Yeah.
or husky, like a dog.
Did you have a fondness for pennies?
I mean, only in that it was one of two stores that were in my hometown, so I
There's
had
no
no
Sears.
choice.
Yeah.
Was Sears
No
the other
Sears.
one?
Well, Sears was across the way, but it was only appliances. It wasn't like anything else.
That's not
Did they have a
most
husky
Sears.
section in that?
Yeah.
For husky boys?
For
appliances.
your, for your husky washers and dryers.
Your boy
for
can fit in
husky
this
fridge.
washer.
Yeah.
Supersize me.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about this beautiful black and white photo I saw in a coffee shop that showed a picture of Sears and I had a little caption below it.
I saw it
Beautiful
yesterday.
portrait.
I saw
you
it in
did,
person.
yes. I saw
Yeah.
it today. I was at Jones.
Jones Coffee
Over in
Roasters,
South Pasadena.
South Pasadena Real Podcast.
And so the artist behind this beautiful photo is Scott Kuza. I hope I'm saying that right.
Mm-hmm.
I followed him on Instagram, but I requested, like that was like a
Oh.
week or two ago. I requested him, and I'm still left on request.
Scott.
Wow.
You don't happen to know this person, do you, Scott Kuza?
Yeah, Jake, do you have any
That's
connects?
My dad.
Like, we don't joke about Sears. Okay,
Be serious.
But he
Be
does
serious.
have two mutual friends. Do you remember who this? I won't say the whole profile.
Give me-
Megs. Do you remember this Megs? Because we're friends with Megs. I'm not sure who that is. You don't?
No.
Okay.
I
but
don't
the other
like that
person,
being. Yeah.
The other person that is a mutual friend of this Scott character is someone named. I'm not going to dox their profile, but Patrick is their name. And I
Okay.
met them while sitting at Jones Coffee one time.
What?
I was sitting there and like there was like no tables open, so someone came up to me like, "Oh, do you mind if I sit here?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine. It's packed, huh?" And we like made a little chit chat. And then we're both just doing our own thing. And then a few minutes go by and we start talking. Turns out he's a stand-up. And I was like, oh, I work at the
Okay.
Comedy Store, blah, blah. So we talk and we exchange Instagrams.
Worst case scenario,
This-
sitting next to a stand-up.
I was gonna say like every single thing. I was like, it was amazing. We had a great time. I'm like,
It was
I'm like,
fun.
first of all, first
Chill, dude.
strike is someone sitting at my table. I'm like, you can
was
just
packed.
have it, and I leave. That's,
Right.
I would rather leave.
I would rather pour coffee all over myself and then run away.
Second thing, he's like, I do stand-up comedy. I'm out. I'm sorry.
No. He was
No,
a nice
no,
guy.
no. I'm sure. I have lots
I'm
of
sure,
friends
I'm
who do
sure,
stand-up
yeah,
comedy,
yeah,
And
including people
he might be our in
that I'm very close
for
with.
talking to this Scott
All right,
character.
Kyle. Did you message
Okay.
him?
No,
Did
I
you
didn't
say-
message him yet. Do you think it'd be weird if I did?
Yeah. It's
Ultimately, yes.
undeniably.
Yeah. But I'm not saying you shouldn't.
I am.
Well, he's the only connect I have.
I'm saying it outright. You're gonna be okay, Kyle. He's gonna request. It sounds like somebody who probably just like didn't see it.
What do you hope to get from this?
What do
man?
you hope to get from this? Thank you, Jake. Why are we doing
I
this?
don't care for your tone.
Oh, no, it was simply a question. I'm just trying to
Could you
understand
say it again
more.
and say real podcast?
What do you hope to get from this man? Real podcast. Real podcast.
Real podcast.
Wow.
I hope, honestly, that he gives us the Sears painting for an extreme discount. Maybe I would pay $50.
You want me to hang Sears
Can you imagine?
art in our home with our children someday? You want me to be like, yes, that's Daddy's most prized possession.
I mean,
It's a picture of a Sears.
it could be in the studio space. Doesn't have to be like
Okay.
in the home.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
how much is he asking for this picture to begin with? Let's talk about this.
I think it was $450.
Wow.
$450.
It's art.
Is it a painting or a
No, it's
photograph?
It's a black and white photo
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
a handwritten inscription.
And I will say this. It is nice. It's very
nice.
nice. It's
Okay.
very nice.
It's nice.
It's very nice.
If you're gonna shit on it, I'm gonna have to get up and walk out.
It's very nice. Very nice.
I haven't
picture.
even seen. I couldn't shit on it.
Thank you.
Imagine a beautiful picture.
Yeah, imagine
It's
the
in
most
black and
beautiful
white.
picture you could imagine.
Imagine that.
Double.
Well,
Double
it's
it.
not a Sears. It's not what I'm imagining.
Now I want you to imagine
Hmm.
that it's a Sears. Okay.
Tall order. No, I'm sure it's great. I'd love to see it. Do you have a picture of it?
I think I deleted the picture.
Kyle, this is
Well,
not.
you don't save a
going
picture of the Mona
well.
Lisa. You need it on your wall.
Oh,
That's
my
what they
God.
say. Don't settle for a photo of the Mona Lisa. Buy it.
Have you ever
To
seen
water.
the Mona Lisa in person? Have you been to Paris?
No and no.
She's little,
I've heard tiny.
tiny baby girl.
Yeah.
Tiny baby girl.
But I've never gone. Thank you for exposing me as someone who's
Yeah.
uncultured.
Yeah. Have you even been like anywhere? Like, do you ever like leave your house?
Barely.
All right. Speaking of uncultured, I have a segment. It's called Fill in the Room. Yes. All
Fill
right.
in the
so,
room.
Fill in the room.
Fill in the
So
room.
this is a segment where we're gonna fill in the blank on old roommate lovers quotes. So I'm just pulling from one episode here. I believe this is pulled from episode 9.
Episode 9
Roommate
of
Lovers,
Roommate Lovers.
called Bull Roar.
Okay.
Great episode, by the way. I listened to some of this, and we're gonna fill in the blank. I have three
I have fleas.
I have
Do you have
three.
fleas?
I have
I
fleas.
have fleas.
I have 3
And
fleas.
it's itchy, but I'm not going to go into that right now because I have
Okay.
3 fill in the blanks.
Okay.
That I'm going to ask you guys, and I want you to try to fill in
Okay.
the blanks.
I'm
So-
not worried about it.
Really?
I mean, I did it, right? Like, I'm sure.
Yeah,
It'll
you'll
be- It's gonna
remember.
be easy for me.
Yeah.
It's
All
gonna
right,
be
you guys
easy.
ready for fill in the room?
Yeah.
Here we go. All right, Maggie says, we're talking about the vaccine, okay?
Oh, no.
Believe it or
My
not.
whole soul just fell
I
away.
know. That's how long ago this was.
Oh, my God.
And Maggie
I wish
goes,
we'd never gotten it.
And that's well, okay. Next
I
one.
wish
Next
we'd
one.
never gotten it. I'm so sick of being healthy and
No,
protected.
so we're talking about Maggie got the first dose
Yes.
before me, and so Maggie's joking around, and she said,
Oh.
so I just ran. I was like, thanks, bye, and I ran. And I'm sorry that I pushed you so hard to the ground as I was going. And then Kyle says, it's okay. I found a blank.
Okay.
Now's your
Now,
time.
this is not only a hilarious bit that we were doing on
Yeah.
the podcast, a comedy podcast, but also might
A real comedy.
a real
podcast.
comedy podcast.
Hey, that's almost what we called the show, actually. A real
a
comedy
real
podcast.
comedy podcast. Not a bad title.
Is this bit getting old?
Never.
Okay.
It couldn't possibly.
Bits don't
They don't
get
get
Bits
old.
don't
old.
die.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
just
yeah.
go away.
They just go away.
That's good.
Yeah. That was good.
Bits don't die. They
They just go away.
Just like people.
Yeah. They're always there.
I'm gonna
sweating.
say you found. You
we
picked
forgot
up.
for you to sniff my arm.
Oh,
God
oh
damn it.
no!
What are we
Yeah.
gonna
Oh,
do?
well.
Now we'll never
shoot.
know.
Now we'll never know. All right,
Crap.
keep going, Maggie.
I'm gonna say you found a.
It's okay. I found a blank.
A picture of a dog.
Okay. Jake, do you have any input on this?
I found a loose syringe.
That's actually
Okay.
that makes more sense.
So Maggie says, I'm sorry I pushed you so hard to the
Yeah.
ground as I was going. And I go, it's okay. I found a nickel.
Of course.
A nickel.
You would find a nickel.
Yeah,
That was my second guess.
I was overthinking it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
overthinking
yeah,
it. So
yeah,
then we
okay.
keep going.
Though I will say Jake's punch up is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's
I'll
better.
give you that. Jake's
better.
makes more
Thank you.
sense.
If anyone's
I'm being
hiring writers, you know?
Honestly, maybe we will be. Can you please?
honest. we actually could really use that.
Yeah, we could use a punch
live
up.
writer.
Great.
Change it.
Change it. Just you're like off to the side. We're like interviewing people, talking to people, and you're like, "Hang on, cut."
Yeah, say something else.
Say
this
loose
instead.
syringe.
Yeah.
We could really use that, Jake.
Okay, great.
Very
Please.
helpful.
Great.
So then we go on. I say, it's okay, I found a nickel. And Maggie goes, oh, that's nice. And I say, yeah, that was a shiny curve on the cloud that is the blank. I say, that was a shiny curve
That
on
was
the
a
cloud
shiny
that is the...
curve on the cloud that is the. I mean, my gut says pandemic.
Yeah. Pandemic or global pandemic?
Global pandemic. We're gonna say the shiny curve on the bell and the clouds.
Maggie says, oh, that's nice. And I go, that was a shiny curve on
Yeah.
the cloud that is the silver lining.
Of course, Kyle.
Guys,
Of course.
remember who you're dealing with.
Okay, right.
Okay, and
Kyle's
then-
brain doesn't work the same as ours.
The
We
last
gotta
one-
remember that.
The last one, Maggie continues on and goes, Maggie says, everyone knows nickels are made out of the silver lining of clouds.
Wow, we really just.
And Kyle goes, of course, that's just common sense. And Maggie says,
Well, I'm guessing.
5 cents.
Ooh, yeah. I couldn't decide if if you had made a pun and you'd be exasperated by that.
Yeah, like, oh.
Yeah, or maybe you took it further.
Yeah, it was the pandemic. My brain was
5
really...
cents. I like 5 cents.
I'm going to say 5 cents.
I'll co-sign on 5
Let's
cents.
listen to the whole clip here. Here we go.
Oh my God. Good listeners. We waited in line. There was only one left between the two of us, and Kyle was like, Maggie, you should get it.
Maggie has asthma and end of list.
Yeah.
And so for that.
And so I just ran. I was like,
she
thanks,
ran.
bye. And I ran. And I pushed. I'm sorry that I pushed you so hard to the ground as I was going.
It's okay. I mean, I found a nickel.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so that was a
shiny nickel.
A shiny curve on the cloud that is the silver lining. That's
okay.
That's the expression.
Well, everyone knows nickels are made out of the silver from silver linings of clouds.
Of course. That's just common sense.
It's it is common sense.
That's pretty good. But yeah, so
that's not anything. I just said it again. That's not
That was
anything.
good. Well, I didn't mean to say the pun, so you clarified
That's not anything.
it. That's not anything. What we almost named this podcast.
Quotes.
Classic quotes.
Classic
back in
quotes.
there.
Thank you for playing. Fill in the room.
That is actually so insane to go through and listen to it.
It's
And
really funny to listen to. And honestly, I gotta say, I feel like we crushed it. That episode was great. Look, I think after 3 years, you're allowed to say if something was good, and
Yeah.
I think we crushed it.
yeah, I think we crushed it. I
Yeah.
think we crushed it like I crushed you into the ground to get a vaccine
Yeah.
over you.
Yeah,
I
so
forgot
true.
about that. I forgot that
Yeah.
we waited in line to get like early vaccines for people. Remember, people.
Yeah.
Certain
Now you're just
people-
spoiling the episode for people.
Yeah, sorry. Don't go back and listen to our old catalog. Listen to the new ones. Don't
Yeah.
go back and listen to our
Yeah, we
Sears
did.
catalog.
We waited like in a standby line to
Yeah.
be like, are there any syringes left?
Yeah, because they had to use them or else they'd go in the garbage.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're like, we'll go. We're gonna try. And the one day it worked, and then it worked for Kyle, and then I had to go back. It was crazy.
Yeah, the syringe either goes in the garbage or in you,
Or in an arm.
Yes.
I'd never been so excited to get a shot in my life.
Just wait in the trash can, you know?
yeah.
Yes. Jake, thank you so much for being our roommate this week.
Oh
It's
my
always
Seriously.
a pleasure to have you here.
It's an honor, truly.
no.
I'll
The honor's ours.
stay literally anytime.
Okay, well,
Thank you.
please
Thank
do.
you.
Just
You're
reminder,
welcome.
please don't touch the thermostat.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try.
Please stop touching the
Yeah.
thermostat.
Yeah.
Leave the thermostat alone.
I don't
Okay.
like when you touch the thermostat, Jake.
I mean, I would get in trouble for that as a child, so this is
Up or
actually
down?
triggering.
Where do you like?
Both.
Oh.
And
Up
I
and
didn't
down.
understand how it worked. And so I never did what I wanted.
You're just pushing buttons at random.
Well, it was confusing because, and I know we got to go, but there was like a little water droplet. And to me, I was like, water makes you cooler. It will make the house cooler.
Yeah.
I'll
Amazing.
turn it towards this, but it was
Yeah.
actually the heat.
Yeah.
And there was
Why?
one moment where my dad was like, why is it so goddamn hot in here? You know?
So in the summer, you're turning on the heat? He's pissed as hell.
That's
So,
really funny.
Why is water heat? That is not. That does not
a
make
question
sense.
that will have
Yeah.
to be for another time.
Okay.
Jake,
I'll write in.
Anything
Thank
you'd like
you.
to share or say before we get out of here and leave you to your bunk?
Yeah, well, follow my friend Caitlin Wolcott, who is a guest on this pod as
Oh,
well.
Yes, she's also hilarious.
She got Kyle drunk on an episode.
Yes,
It's an iconic
I
episode.
really was having a laugh listening
Oh.
to that.
Yeah, that was insane.
But we have a podcast called Give Me That D, a
Yep.
Disney Channel original movie breakdown podcast.
That's amazing.
It's one of my favorite things ever.
Yep.
Thank you for saying that. We have so much fun. We are on a small hiatus
I
at
know.
this moment.
I know.
And it is coming back, and we'll have some news about what that means. There should be an episode this spring.
Ooh. What? Spring has sprung, Jake.
Yeah.
When is spring?
When is spring?
And then you can look forward to a lot of exciting things at the end of the summer.
Okay.
That's what I'll
So
say.
vague.
I'm sensing a
Yeah.
end of the Notebook sort
I'm
of feel.
sensing
Yeah,
some
I'll
fun
tell
to
you
tell.
guys off air.
Okay,
Oh,
great.
heck
I'm
yeah,
very
guys.
excited.
Get out of here because we got to listen to Jake. Jake, thank you so much for being here. You are the best.
You're the
Love you
best.
so much.
Love you both.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Roommate Lovers. And boy, oh boy, was that a wild romp.
Oh, that was a romp and a half show.
Wow.
Yeah, jeez.
Call that Mr. Toad, because that was a wild ride.
Yeah, call it Mr. Frog because guess what? The frog's in the mop bucket, folks.
Yeah, that's right.
It's getting sloppy fast.
You're telling it, Cookie.
Oh, you know it, Miss Bookkeeper. Anyways, thank you so much, Jake, for being here. Always
Yeah.
an honor
He's
to
not
have
here.
you.
You don't have to thank him right
he's,
now.
He's somewhere on the premises
Is
renting
he?
a room. Yeah, he's our roommate.
Oh yeah, that's of course. No,
That's how it works.
You said renting a room. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I got
get it?
I get.
Got
No,
it.
I get what we're doing.
Good.
I get what we're doing.
I get what we're doing.
I get the bit.
And I'm sure you guys also get what we're doing. And we need your help
Please.
with questions.
Please send them to us.
Send us questions. Please. You can send us anonymous questions or anything you find around the internet. The form for the anonymous questions can be found in this episode description.
Just scroll on down, bitch. You're going to find it. I'm so sorry I used that language.
Yeah. You can also leave us a voicemail.
Yeah, and the number for that is 989-442-7575. That's 989-44-ASK-RL.
Ask RL. Get it? We are RL.
We're RL. Another thing you can do while you're scrolling down there, you bitch, to send us a question.
Chill it,
bitch.
dude.
I'm sorry.
You're
I
saying
don't
it
like
so many times in a
I don't
row.
like it. I don't like it. I'm not trying to do this. But if
Okay.
you could leave us a review, that would be incredible. If you could just scroll down into Apple or Spotify and all that stuff,
Wow.
leave us 5 stars and then words, some kind of words
Wow.
in the text box. That
That's
would be
so
so
true.
helpful. The words could be anything like, hey, listen to it, good times, or
This podcast makes me feel weak in the knees in the same way I do right before I'm about to throw up.
yeah, say that. That would
Yeah,
be
that'd be
honestly,
so nice.
literally so helpful.
So helpful.
We would love that. So thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Merch only has 2 or 3 more weeks of merch. The Happy Hellhawk has deemed it so.
Yes, there's all kinds of good stuff in there. We got sweatshirts, we got t-shirts, we've got hoodies, we've got tank tops. We've got every single thing on the top of you
Yeah,
that you
it's
could
great
that you
merch.
could wear on your torso.
And once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more clearly I have the design saved on my computer,
But it's not
I'm
coming
not
back.
gonna do it.
It's not coming
I'm
back.
not gonna bring it back.
Please help us.
Help us. Help you.
Someone
Get
came
cozy.
to my house last night wearing a roommate liver shirt.
We won't dox them.
We won't dox their location or address.
But they are
But if you
awesome.
scroll down, it's in the episode description.
No, it's not. But
It
the
is
merch
not.
is.
The merch is. But I was blown away. It literally shook off her jacket, and I was like,
Yeah. I was like this.
I was like, gasp.
And then we had to go to the ER because we were out of breath.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just like I am now. So let's get out of here.
Okay.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Maggie. Go for a walk.
Everything is going to be alright.
Dang it. I'm all out of bees. My flowers are got all their pollens out and no one's coming to get it. It's so embarrassing. All the other yards around got bees, but not me. I don't got any bees. Hi, I'm Scribbly Scrubbalo, and if you have this problem, don't worry, because I can release the bees unto you. Oh, wow, really? My embarrassing yard can be finally pollinated full of bees to get the pollen all over their proboscis and also on their body? They can pollinate other stuff? That's right. Here's a bag of bees. Release it into your yard and you'll be happy. That's the buzz.
Hey, I'm a neighbor and I just wanted to say I can't believe my eyes.
Get out of here.
Oh,
we made a
sorry.
bee pun already.
Oh, my bad.
Release the bees.
Oh, not the bees. Not the bees.
Sorry, I just winged it.
I'm Nick Cage and I approve this message.
Shut up.
That's it. Bye-bye.